Hey guys, it's me, your buddy Icarus. I actually just recorded this or tried to, and it wasn't recording, so I am starting back from my previous save at the wine cellar. And before I started, I wanted to talk a little bit about why I'm recording this game right now. I mean, yes, I promised you guys I'd play through it. Yes, I love this game. Yes, I love you guys and like delivering on my promises instead of letting people down. And yes, I'm not sure if this one I'm actually on the fence on might be just a clickbaity YouTuber trying to build some base level of fame for my channel on playing this game that other YouTubers have already made famous. But the real reason I'm playing it, instead of finishing Super Metroid, because I started that first and probably should finish it first, is because I'm in a little bit of a downer mood. It sounds odd, being sad so you play a game. But here's the thing. It's a coping mechanism. And nothing sad or particularly depressing or difficult is happening in my life. It's really just a matter of woke up feeling down, and that happens to people. And the reason why I want to do this intro instead of just getting straight into the gameplay and ignoring my and not bothering to tell you guys my motivations is because telling you guys this is more to give the affirmation it is okay to be sad, with or without reason. Preferably with, because without reason it feels very weird to be sad. But I wanted to say that because a lot of YouTubers seem to just gloss over sad moments, or they'll talk about things that are sad when they happen in games they're playing, but they don't really seem to explore or express the fact that sadness, depression is a genuine emotion. It's okay to feel that way, but at the same time, when you are feeling that way, the best thing you can do, not for society but for yourself, is to find what makes you feel better. In my case, I play a game, an immersive game like Amnesia here, that lets me get out of myself, lets me go and explore the mindset of someone else, someone who, in this case, is teetering on the very edge of his sanity, unsure of the world around him, and not feeling safe. Because I would rather be scared than sad. That's just me. Different people cope in different ways. Now, I've droned on for long enough, and I owe you guys at least a solid 20-minute Let's Play, so let's begin. Now, you guys might remember that, or if you might remember, you might have just finished watching the other video where I ended off heading to the wine cellar after I got the key to it. I'm going to the wine cellar looking for 4 ingredients that I discovered would make a potent acid. Well, let's go do that. Now, I seem more tense than usual in this episode. That's because after having played through as much of the game after playing through this first half of the game as often as I had, I know where monsters show up.
Who cares?
I know when you're safe, when you're in danger for the first half of the game. And, well, up in the archives where I was last episode, the first monster in the game appears, but it doesn't chase you. You are not in danger at that point. At this point in the game, however, there is a monster down here with me. And I have to I either have to remember keenly where the thing is, or I have to avoid it and panic like a new player would, which is exactly what I'm doing, exactly what I'm going to do. Because the whole point of this game isn't to play it to beat it. It is to experience what the character is experiencing, to feel the unease of the environment. And there, I got the orpiment and the calamine, and the door caved in, and a barrel hit me in the face. Barrel. Why you betray me like this, barrel? Yeah, big bully barrel hit me in the face. Now I gotta clear out that door so I can get out of here, because it's dark and spooky in here, and dark and spooky drains your character's sanity. My mind is betraying me. Oh, you just wait. This is low enough. You're gonna see bugs crawling on the screen. You're gonna hear chains rattling. You're gonna think that you at home watching this are losing your minds. Or at the very least have to clean off your monitor so that the bugs stop coming. Oh, the bugs. How? I could have swore you would come out of there. Okay, so what's the next step? I cannot push that, or pull this, or lift that. I know I just did this, but for some reason it's different. It's like things fell in different spots. Ooh, maybe I can push that with this heavy rock push board. Heavy rock push board from this side. That works. Okay. Okay, heavy rock, you've done your duty. Now you can go rest in the corner by this now empty barrel of oil. I sopped it up for my lantern when I eventually start using it. Because a full lantern's a happy lantern. A full lantern protects us from this encroaching scary darkness. Where's my sanity at? Dot. That is the bad sanity. That dot means your character's sanity has slipped to the point where he can't form cohesive thoughts anymore. Grab this from the bottom, pull it away. Don't fall over and start hearing a ringing in your ears. No. You can do it, Daniel. I think I made a terrible mistake by promising you guys I wouldn't light things. I need to replenish my sanity somehow. But I know there's an upcoming flashback that's nearby a window, so while the next flashback's going on, I'm just going to stare at the light coming in the window. Okay, can I...
Getting closer, somehow.
Can't get the bottom of that one. Must grab it and pull. You suck, board. You suck much. There we go. Got it. Dragging. Pretty neat as there's a dragon in this game. There we go. Open that and step outside to freedom. Get a flash of light in my face so I can store a little bit of sanity. And that door is a ruse. It's actually safe in there. The monster does not go in this room. For those of you playing at home. Right. Okay.
What's happening? Oh, it feels like
My chest is going to burst.
I'm gonna stand here in
My
the
God!
light.
Wilhelm, do something!
Except we're not getting out of here.
How can you say that? Alexander, you piece of shit! Let us out of here!
To all my younger fans in the audience, there are some words you may hear in these games, and out of my own mouth occasionally. I try to keep my own language a little bit closer to kid-friendly, but there are some words you'll hear that you are not to repeat. While I personally don't subscribe to the concept of bad words, a lot of your parents do, and they'll be upset with me if I encourage you to say them. And I don't want to encourage you to say them anyway, because there are usually much more eloquent words to use. Wilhelm's last words. My name is Wilhelm, House of Geddick. These are my final words, my confession and testament. 2 years ago, I was summoned to the Castle Brennenburg. As most of the aristocracy, I was curious about what this supposed knight of the order wanted from me, and accepted the invitation. The Baron was friendly, and he offered me a proposition. It dawned on me that the nature of the contract was sordid, and that the reason I was chosen was because of the follies of my past, not the honors I've been rewarded with during my time as a soldier. I was to kidnap healthy humans upon his slightest whim, and do so without asking questions. In return, he would attest to my character at the royal court, advancing my position with noble society. I would like to claim that I struggled with my decision, but it came swiftly, and I accepted wholeheartedly. Ever since that day, I've brought men, women, and children to Brennenburg. I can't remember the numbers, but there were many, perhaps even 100, none of whom were ever seen or heard from again. Tonight the Baron invited me and my men down to the wine cellar to celebrate our work. I had my suspicions as we descended the stairs, but he insisted and joined us in a toast. The wine tasted fine. My men drank without restraint. So begins the punishment for our sins. The Baron has locked us up and returned upstairs. Forgive me for what I've done. I was weak, and I fell into his diabolic ways. My men are screaming. Their skin has been pierced by their own tangled bones. I feel my insides revolting against their God-given nature. Blood has begun to pour from my eyes, and I could no longer. Thus end the last words of Wilhelm. Chair out of the way. I don't want to step on the goop. I don't know if this hurt you goop or just gross you out goop, but chains. Told you there'd be chains dragging. Let's keep our eyes on the bright window instead of looking for monsters. Because I mean, looking for monsters would be more apt to keep us safe, but watching the light makes us feel safer. Okay, and it just told us how to hide. What to do when a monster is near. Okay, so we're supposed to hide in a corner. Make sure monster does not eat us. That's also telling us about laudanum. It's basically your health potion for this game. We are cuprite, calamine, and aqua regia. We have one chemical left to find. I think this monster goes away if you just look away and stand in some dark spot. But I think it's scripted to a very specific dark spot. Okay, I must have found it. Light, please. I don't want to have a lost mind. After all, a mime is a terrible thing to waste. Light. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a habit of glancing at windows more often. Both. Ah. Hey. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get that tinder box. There we go. I should have probably just stacked these boxes up to jump on. Would have missed that silly moment, but at the same time would have had a more... Okay. Like I said, I could just try to remember the monster's movements and how to avoid it from when I played this before, but that was kinda years ago, and instead, probably better for those of you watching. Okay, I don't think I can linger and look at my light sources right now. Grab the ornament, and I am running for those stairs, running to get out of the wine cellar. Because, you know, it's spooky down here. I highly doubt the monster was in that room. I just wanted to close that door because... looks like clear to the stairs. The cloth smelled of desert and damp musk. The pieces lay scrambled on top. Too many of them, he thought. Or perhaps too few. I think that's it for this episode. I'm going to enter this wine cellar door right here. Not wine cellar, laboratory door, because now we have those 4 chemicals that we need to take to the laboratory. What's my health looking like? A few cuts and bruises. I can afford to not use this laudanum. Frankly, because I'm not sure if I can afford to waste it on a few cuts and bruises. But my sanity is crystal clear, thanks to you recover some sanity whenever you solve a puzzle, and also from staring at light sources. And I've got a healthy 28 tinder boxes. That's looking very good. Definitely bodes well for me, but I'm going to go through this door because it auto-saves when you go through doors. So that'll be where my save will be. After enduring 3 days in Algiers, a sailboat was finally arranged to take him across the Mediterranean Sea to Gibraltar. Having reached British territory, it was just a matter of reserving a cabin on SS Hortensia, headed for London. So yeah, that's it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and stick around for more if you like what you saw. Bye, everybody.